Yeah. And for my second case, is Grand Champion Flash the best of the Queen of Hearts? Let us look into this. When we look at the pedigree of SWAT Team's Grand Champion Flash, and I believe this dog was up in the Michigan area. And for anybody who knows the history within the Bulldog world of geography and where the toughest places to be, Detroit, the Saginaw, Flint area, even Battle Creek, even down in that part. Very, very tough competition back in those days. And for you to come out of those areas, undefeated, very, very tall order, very difficult to do. So you have to have a lot of things working in your favor in order to do that. This was the case with SWAT Team's Grand Champion Flash, 5-time winner. And first of all, his pedigree, he came off of, his sire was a very top-notch producer, very underrated producer. Some say a unreported register of merit, and that is Bell's Baby Jones. His dam was Easy's Twinkie, also registered of merit off of a man's crazy tippy. That goes back to Queen of Hearts. Bred to a male named Mans Kojak, who was straight off of Alexander Sweet William. This is the same recipe that makes Queen of Hearts who she is. The Bolio Boomerang cross coming through Alexander Sweet Williams is what does the trick. Now, this dog here is pretty much, flashes that same recipe. So you wouldn't quite call him a Boils dog. He's just simply a Bolio Boomerang dog. He has Dirty Mary in there one time through Mr. Rogers. But, not enough for me to say Boils dog. This is basically a Bolio Boomerang dog. So he went on to produce, just out of 1 litter, Flash bred to Ready to Rumble's Edie register of merit, produced Plowboys champion Norman, WCC's champion Minnie, Sykes Jack, 2-time winner, Chris Wells Tucker, 2-time winner, and Chris Wells champion Flav, just to name a few. And he has other winners up there. He has some winners that won 1 game loss, one-time game loss. SWAT Team's champion Billy, Gino Boys Click, 1-time winner, went 2 hours and 57 minutes. So this is what I'm talking about a dog like this that's very much underrated as far as his producing power. And then when we look at this particular strand, these are dogs who have been crossing the Grand Champion Flash into the Boils line, and it only strengthens the Boils line. That's all it does. It only strengthens it. So, and then don't mess around and get you some Cruz Rocky or some Cottingham. Oh my, now you are dealing in, what I would consider like ancient, Florida Bulldog recipes. This is old Ronald Boils when he first had Dirty Mary and was breeding to Commander Whitehead and dogs of this nature, Bobby Jr., dogs of this nature. Back into the Patrick side of the dog, to increase the gameness side. And then you have, the Sweet William, which adds another element of devastation. And voila, you have something that you may be proud of, and also too, something that could reproduce itself. So this is just a case I'm pleading for Grand Champion Flash. I encourage people to look into Grand Champion Flash And before I go, I would like to look at our pedigree one more before I close this case. And that is Simone's Hacksaw Jim. Hacksaw Jim is a great grandson of Grand Champion Flash. But his bottom side is the old boss, the Pretty Boy Kennels Max, which is a short-time slugger, you know, and bred to Pretty Boy Kennels Karma, which is off of the Champion Quicksand, and the PSK's Cornflake female. So, you know, very, very good, high quality balls. You know, of course, Slugger comes off of Grand Champion, Rising Star Kennel Sparky. This is just one more of a more modern, cross of what you possibly could do with the Flash blood once you cross him into the balls with the Queen of Hearts. But that's just my question I'm proposing to the Bulldog community. Is Grand Champion Flash the best of the Queen of Hearts? And I'm sure that there are others that you could name, but who is the absolute best? That is my question for the Bulldog community as I close this case. We know that there are some, like the ones that go back to Pandy, but you know, word has it that Pandy didn't produce a lot of dogs like what she was, or never produced anything like she was, and maybe one that was kind of sort of close, but no cigar. And we know that we got, you know, the Abrahams had the bull, Abraham's bull, the premier dogs of their era, Grand Champion Queen of Hearts and SCP's Grand Champion Buck. Did it live up to the expectations? Were the expectations too high? And maybe there's another that you could name, but this is my question for the Bulldog community. Is SWAT Team's Grand Champion Flash the best of the Abrahams Grand Champion Queen of Heart bloodline? And this case is now dismissed.